Thanks, brother. I'm so glad you made it back to us. I know you got that guitar ready for us. I see Joski's warming it up. He's ready. He's got his very serious face on. I'm hoping that we crack through with some you can't hear me? Can I hear you? Can you guys hear me? Joski can't hear me. Joski, what's up? Everybody else can hear me. We got to fix that up because we got to make sure we hear you. Exactly. Guitar Thursdays can't go up without Joski, right? So we're going to work out the kinks. For the folks that have made it into the room with us, welcome. Welcome to another Thursday night online open mic, otherwise known as T-Noon, Thunderlung Thursdays, Therapy Thursdays. We are accumulating names, but that's okay. We can be many things all at once, right? A dichotomy is just the start, right? So I just want to take some time, as usual, just to greet y'all, let you know that you are welcome here, that you are seen, whether you choose to give us poetry or anything this evening besides your attention. That's more than enough. Samuel Rain, we see you in the room. Okay, Dark Man Blues all day. Make sure you find that man because it goes down, okay? Ike Waltz giving us the drama, making sure that we know it's about to go down when we get to Ike, okay? I'm gonna drop the list in the chat while I greet you folks so you can have a chance to see where I'm at, where I get, I'm in the middle. Do I got time to go get snacks? Can I come back, Can I call my grandma real quick? If you got to call your grandma, all right? It is Women's History Month. Don't forget about your grandma, all right? Lizzie, good to see you. Michael Sindler, welcome, welcome. All right, we got Mr. Teza Zomo, who will be starting us out this evening, is in the building. Make sure you go and pick up that new book, okay? It is burning up all of our eyeballs. We thought we knew what poetry was. We were wrong. Okay, so go get that book. Okay, Adam Granger, we are glad to see you in the spot. Ooh, I see some good. Oh, snap. Make sure if you are presenting tonight music that you got that original sound on, right? That seems to be the plug as per our musicians. Scarlett Ra, welcome to you. We are glad to see you in the spot with us. Gustav with the gusto. Greetings to you, Zomkonto. I see you. Ba, 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 ba. See, I'm working on my horn. I'm working on it. I'm gonna get it. Watch. Marianne Taft, I see you and I remember what you said. So just remind me if we are getting there and you need to go, we will move that list around and make sure we get you in all the spots possible, okay? Carrie Henry, welcome into the spot with us, propaganda poet. We are so glad to see you wherever you might be. Unmeshed, we're jumping across the seas. That's our brother representing all the way out from India. Ooh. We done ran across some flames with Ed Flame-tastic is in the building. Y'all make sure you buckle up because it's going to be hot soon. It's going to be hot real soon. Nemo soon. I see you. And we rounding it out with our open minds, open mic host in the place to be with us every Friday, right? Y'all make sure I'm just going to drop the crumbs. So when it's your turn, you can, make sure they get the whole cookie, okay? Don't be stingy. All right, so as you know, we have upgraded our intro a little bit up in here, right? We are trying to make sure we're always pushing and growing and inspiring you to do the same, right? Us irons just ironing it out with each other. Okay, so if it's all right with y'all, I am going to share screen and we're going to get into it for the evening, all right? And shout out to all the folks that are coming in and joining us. Hope that you find a soft place to land. This is the Thursday night online open mic, as I mentioned, presented to you by the New Eurekan Poets Cafe, and I am your host for the evening. They call me Ray Jane, that's RAYJANE, and my handle just about everywhere is at It's Ray Jane, or ITSRAYJANE. Okay, so as we mentioned, tonight we will be having all forms of spoken word. That's poetry, music, comedy, and we are able to do our thing because this is a communal environment, right? So we got a lot of folks in the background making sure that we have an opportunity to share. That's the New Eurekan Poets Cafe itself. Elemental, the poet, okay, he's our Monday night online open mic host. Paul Conqueso is bringing us the vibes and voices the second Saturday of every month. And background, always holding us down, is RMT, Ron Mark Thompson. So letting y'all know where to find those folks, okay? So that you can create and join this community because it is here for you. As I mentioned, each of the folks going up tonight will have 3 minutes. That is a strong suggestion, okay? So that we can make sure we get as many people on as possible. But, you know, sometimes the spirit moves us. Just let me know if your spirit seems like it might be a little elongated ahead of time so we could just make sure we have enough time for everyone, all right? Cool. So for those folks who signed up 24 hours ahead of time, which is the way that you get on the guaranteed list, we have 20 of those folks on the list this evening, which I just dropped in the chat, and I will drop once more, dun, 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 so that you can see where you at and if you made it. And if you didn't make it, don't freak out because you made it in here, so you did make it, okay? So all you got to do is get on what we call the good luck round. So if you don't find yourself on the guaranteed list and you still want to share, send me a private message or a Zoom DM. Y'all know how we do, okay? And just let me know and I will get you on, all right? We usually have space for about 5 to 10 extra folks. So if that's you, let it be you. And if you say, well, damn, I want to be on the guaranteed list next time, you know, I got to go call my grandma, you know, later. I can't wait to be on the good luck round. Then you can sign up 24 hours ahead of time. So since we are spitting at Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, that's right, we're going to be signing up Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. So you do that by going to the neweurekan.org, full events calendar, your Thursday of choice at 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. And then the biggest, most important part, of course, is the blurriest part. You know, sometimes you got to work for it, guys. Sometimes you got to work for it. Is the artist RSVP. That is how you get on the guaranteed list. Do not choose the view RSVP. That is how you sign up for the good luck round when you get on in here, okay? So set yourself up for success. And if you forget, something comes up, you don't do it right, just come through anyway. We'll get you on, all right? We don't have many rules up in here. We only got one. And that one is do not get cute and get the boot, okay? So that means the boot is RMT, Ron Mark Thompson, in the background, making sure that we are safe. This is a safe space. The only way that we can do that is by doing it together. So please present us your best, your most respectful things. If you are offended or you see something that is offensive, I only got these 4 eyes right here with me. You know, Ron, he goes back and forth between 2 and 4. You know, we don't have that many. So help us out and just send us a little message so that we know what's going on, so we can get those folks out of here and we can keep going with this positive energy. So I don't know about you, but I have enough of the negativity outside of here. And if I can create some love for you to take what you need, then that's the least of what I can offer you. And I need safety to do that. And we have to do that together. Okay? So we are able to do that and keep these spaces safe for you and free 99 for you because of our sponsors. So just a second to give thanks to them: the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, and New York Community Trust. If you would like to add your name to that list with a tax deductible, yep, tax time is coming up. Y'all get on on it, okay? Donation. You can find yourself at the neweurekan.org/contribute or on Cash App, $New Eurekan Poets Cafe. You like that? I put my broadcaster voice on for you guys. Be a little fancy every now and then. Keep you on your toes, okay? All right. So But y'all ain't come here for that. Y'all came for the list, right? You want to get into it. So the list is popping tonight as always. Thank you to all of you who have put yourself out there and chosen to share because you didn't have to. And that's a fact. All right. You could take that with you. All right. Because that's real. Please remember this is a technical space and shit happens. So if you are going on and bringing out what is the truth from your heart and your Wi-Fi go down or your grandma call you so your dial-up go down, because we're not judging how you get on the internet, okay? Please just jump off and jump back on and let us know so we can hear the entirety of your piece. All right? We are here for love. So that's what we're going to get into. And as I mentioned to you last week, which was the beginning of Women's History Month, every time we are here Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, we will be starting off with a piece by a woman or female poet or one who identifies as such and the greatness that is her words. And this evening, we'll be starting off with Elizabeth Acevedo, and I will be giving a reading from her book, The Poet X, okay? You see all them gold circles? That could be you too. Write your book. I'm trying to as well, okay? This poem is entitled, How I Feel About Attention. If Medusa was Dominican and had a daughter, I think I'd be her. I look and feel like a myth. A story distorted, waiting for others to stop and stare. Tight curls that spring like fireworks out of my scalp. A full mouth pressed hard like a razor's edge. Lashes that are too long so they make me almost pretty. If Medusa was Dominican and had a daughter, she might wonder at this curse, at how her blood is always becoming some fake hero's mission, something to be slayed, conquered. If I was her kid, Medusa would tell me her secrets, how it is that her looks stop men in their tracks, why they still keep on coming, how she outmaneuvers them when they do. All right, be inspired. Y'all are inspiring, okay? And let's get into it. Since we starting with that inspiration, we're gonna move on to the next inspirational poet, Mr. Tezazomo. Please unmute yourself and welcome back.
Hi, Ray Jane. My info's on the chat, and I'm gonna jump right in because I got a lot to chew through. The colonial Anthropocene and the simulacra of modernity. Charles Blow, the television commentator and opinion columnist, has often opined on reparations for the descendants of slavery in America, clearly stating it is America's responsibility to undo the trauma it has inflicted upon Black people for hundreds of years. Reparations, reasonable and right. Behold the colonial Anthropocene's reign, a ruthless epic forged in violence and pain, a simulacra of modernity's chains, inscribed deep in the fabric of our remains. For centuries, Black people bore the weight of slavery's yoke and its legacy grim, their bodies and souls a commodity of freight, their worth reduced to property's whim. Yet, in the face of this abject horror, the Black spirit rises, unbroken and strong, demanding justice and a new order, reparations, long overdue, not wrong. But hear this, America, and hear it well. Reparations are reasonable and right, and we will not be quelled. When the descendants of those who gorged themselves on the chain, shackle, they always respond with a resounding no. One such descendant, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, worth some $35 million, never worked a proletariat job, nothing more than a parasitic politician who has accumulated power to speak in the name of, quote, I don't think reparations for something that happened 150 years ago, for whom none of us currently are responsible, is a good idea. We've tried to deal with our original sin of slavery by fighting a civil war, by passing landmark civil legislation. We've elected an African American president. Just no one currently alive was responsible for that, not referring to Barack Obama, of course. Two great grandfathers, James McConnell and Richard Daley, owned a total of at least 14 slaves in Limestone County, Alabama, all but two of them female, according to the county slave schedules in the 1850 and 1860 census. Charles Blow, everything McConnell said was fundamentally wrong, factually and morally. Reparations, not just for chattel slavery, but for the centuries of oppression and pain, Black codes, Jim Crow, and territory and plenty, all borne by people inhumanely slain. Emancipation was never truly whole, for the Constitution deemed that three-fifths, and the Supreme Court made its goal to deny citizenship and people's rights. Convict, leasing, and slavery by any other name, a backdoor left open to continue the shame. While whites from Europe received someone else's land, millions of acres and opportunities to farm, the black man was left to lift himself alone, told to bootstrap, while whites are fed from government's throne. From slavery's end, no 40 acres came, just pestilence and hunger. To the slave, American deemed their toil was in vain, their worth nil, their rights distant for a grave. Dr. King, too, noted the failed state, poor people's campaign he aimed to create in Congress. Land was given to them whites in education and loans to excel their plight. But for the free, there was no such aid, no health, wealth, or learning to support their trade. With no infrastructure, their lives left to decay. Douglas, too, condemned the Faw Decree, emancipation, a grand fraud for all to see. Bank and Reconstruction failed, hope vanished in Black Wall Street. Jim Crow then came with legal oppression, and even after its fall, mass incarceration, all this white supremacy suppression. It's time for America to realize how all of these years African Americans have agonized for fair and just treatment that has been denied. McConnell, quote, "It would be pretty hard to figure out who to compensate. We've had waves of immigrants who come to the country and experience dramatic discrimination of one kind or another. So I don't think reparations are a good idea." Clearly, he wouldn't think.
Hell yeah, Taz. That is how you open it up. Okay, come on with all that truth. Please unmute yourselves and give Mr. Tezazoma some love for that.
Yes, talk.
Here's with all that truth.
Right on.
Dropping
history,
knowledge. Presented, man.
Yeah. Oh,
Truth, man. Truth.
yeah.
Yep.
It's that Tez talk, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
Get into it. Get into it. That's why we call him the professor. Okay? Because you're going to learn something today. If he's on the list, you're going to learn today. And you're going to learn that the longer you come here. Okay? Thank you for educating us and keeping us aware, right, of what's real. Because the truth cannot remain hidden. It lives under the light. You just have to decide if you want to look at it or not, right? So thank you for forcing our hand, because we need it. Next person to bring us to the light. You know, I had to put the lighthouse in there somewhere. I had to at least start it off. It's Michael Sindler. You can tell him all about what I mean. Please unmute yourself and welcome back.
Yeah, thanks, Ray Jane. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, I will automatically just tell you what I mean, which is lighthousewriters.org, which is just a fantastic organization. Just getting ready to start a new class myself there in the next couple of weeks. But there's all kinds of classes and workshops and events and everything that I cannot recommend highly enough. And I have to agree, Tez got it off to such an amazing start. And I'm going to, last week, I mentioned because of National Women's Month, I wanted to thank some of the women around my mom who I grew up with. And now I want to go a little bit more directly. And this poem is called Mothers. My mother washed and reused tinfoil because that is what her mother did. My mother cooked all kinds of food her mother would never allow. My mother didn't have two sets of dishes, two separate sets of pots and pans. My mother didn't keep her kitchen kosher, didn't do the things the way her mother did. But she used many of the things she learned watching her mother labor at the stove, cooking with thrift and skill and love. My mother served many of those dishes her mother made in that simple kitchen in the heart of the Depression, when it took all she had to keep a family fed. Later, when her mother came to dinner, she basked in the older woman's praise, a dutiful daughter despite the differences. My mother saved more than tinfoil. She saved a kitchen full of love and joy that her mother had bestowed on her. And a bit of that was carried down to me and into every kitchen I have called my own. And just wanted to do a little one because especially, last month was Black History Month. This is Women's History Month. And as an ally, you have to look at yourself. And so this is sort of my doing that a little bit. It's called While Others Are Broken. I wear white skin. I understand. I am privileged in ways I do not deserve. I see my community. I see authority. I see some of the obstacles I don't have to deal with. I have walked away from so many situations where the color of my skin gave me unfair advantage. I cannot pretend I somehow merit all the breaks I receive while others are broken. I'm going to end with just a little haiku called Lungs Ago. I'm inhaling air spewed out by a dinosaur many lungs ago. Thank you very much.
Yes, many lungs ago. Come on. First of all three of those were impactful in different ways. Thank you for being an ally, and thank you for speaking from an ally's mouth, right? Because sometimes that allyship is in the voicing, right? It's in the voicing. Please unmute.
Michael, once again,
Thank you,
you
Michael.
brought me back
Thank
to
you
your
for being
Yeah,
childhood.
here
The
Michael.
first
Thank you.
one, like, oh, I
Nice.
love it. I love it, man. I get to know you
Yes,
every time I hear one more of your poems. I feel like I know you more and more.
wonderful, wonderful.
In a lot of ways, you all are inviting us into the most intimate space, right? That's your mind, right? You can't get deeper than that. Everything that you think, everything that you think you see, everything that you think you know originates here. So thank you for inviting us into that beautiful labyrinth, Michael Sindler. We look forward to the next time we get to hear you. Well, y'all make sure you follow him and lighthousewriters.org, right? Don't rob yourself. There's more love than just what we have in this box, right? There's a whole sea of other places that you can go, and we want you everywhere, all right? Man, I had to mention the sea because I had to see if I could just water down the atmosphere just a little bit, because this fire that's about to come through y'all screen is about to burn y'all up. So if you have, small children, sensitive earlobes, this would be the time to go to bed and or to go get a snack, put it on mute, okay? But don't do that. Don't rob yourself. Don't rob yourself, because it's going to be a beautiful experience, because all of our humanity is welcome here, including our sensuality. And nobody puts it better Then Ed, the four men, flame-tastic, poetastic brother himself. Unmute yourself and welcome back.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love Happy Women's Appreciation Month. Thank you for all women for being a sun for our blackest days and cover from the rain. Thank you, thank you, thank you, women one and all. Thank you for answering the call, and please, please, please keep being proud, beautiful, strong, and tall. Thank you, women one and all. All right. This is well, Little Spice make everything look nice. A little disclaimer alert so no one gets hurt. This is gonna have mommy, dad language, so many different stages. So please mind the words from these pages. I want to burn some cages. All right, this is some new shit I'm going to spit. Hope it's going to be a smashing hit. This is called Honey Rain. Sorry about that. My tongue reached over to taste your womanly essence. The wetness flows over our naked flesh, engulfing a trance from the delectable fragrance, eyes to eyes with chest to chest, two bodies beginning the salacious dance. My feisty passion is coursing through our veins, the embers slowly waltzing around our bare canvas, the feeling slowly melting the chains inside of our hearts and brains. The inferno quickly burn away our doubts and consciousness. My lustful tongue ravaged deep between your legs, slowly going deeper into your soft, moist wetness. My tongue is going back and forth on pink sensual threads. Our bodies are hot and bothered by increased sexual awareness. My explicit minds flash images of red and white. The sensation distinctly feed our nerves. Our images is pushing through to newer erotic heights. Our rapid maneuvers holding on to every inch of our melting curves. Our damp hands are firmly grasping each other. The air has gotten thinner than a knife. We were feeling, therefore, of our vicious yet tender raging summer. We are both strongly and passionately clinging to life. Our boiling bodies continuously express wetness around our pores. We are both pulling harder and deeper into delicate movement. Our pure love makes our continually hunger for more to feed our starving cores. Our body closely and surely reaching a sensational transcendence. Our static voices echoes through the pitch blackness. We are killing each other with soft, slow pressure. Our lungs engulfed in enticing and intoxicating mist. Our senses became lost in a hurricane of stimulated pleasure. Our spicy mouths are screaming in blissful agony. Our great deafness is inside our delightful tornado. Our lips were slurping every drop of our sweet Cajun honey. Our nerves are experiencing a very satisfying overload. Our lustful loins kept twirling and swirling to a new state of ecstasy. My heart shaft impairs your soft pink walls towards your sexual abyss. Our skin shivering, quivering like a raging sea. Our bodies stuck in a steamy rampage fueled by a breathtaking kiss. Our hot blood is rising to reach our peaks. Our inner drums are playing to a wild tempo. Our loins and mouths quickly experiencing leaks. Our whole bodies are about to explode. Our sweaty bodies became stiff and motionless. The clear, creamy river oozed out. Our minds reached a stage of bleak bliss. The sunshine joyfully and playfully sprouts. Our bodies spread out in exhausted days. Our minds drifting off to a river of dreams. The bed was cool, calm, and unfazed. Our bodies nestled in the colorful woven streams. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Listen, Ed. You better,
Couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me now? You can hear me? I guess everybody else can. Hold on, let me unmute everyone. Y'all going to yell for
Maybe whatever.
Yes.
Fantastic.
The
I
fireman
gotta
is
say that was
in
one of
the
your very
building.
best intros too. Your introduction was awesome.
Yeah, that was on point, man. Always on point with the rhyme schemes, brother. Hey.
All the time, make everything sublime. Woo!
Man, and I seen Joski in the background like jamming with you, and it's like, man, I want to hear that poem to what Joski was strumming to. Y'all need to get together on a collab.
Uh-oh.
That would just be
If
fire.
only, you didn't have that thing with Zoom, the
I
lag.
know.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, they can record it separately and then stream it for
There
you.
they can.
it's possible. Okay? It is possible. Ask Elemental. Ask the folks on the Monday night online open mic. Okay? There is such a thing. We can get a collab going. All y'all got to do is let us know. Me and RMT will work it out. Okay? That's why we got RMT. We got the tech god in the background. We got it. We got you. Just let us know and we'll make it work. Okay? Because this idea right here, Ed over some music over the Joski. Come on. Come on. Come on. Just don't play with our emotions like that. That's all I'm asking on everybody's behalf. Okay? Beautiful work, Ed. We hope that your phone got where it was going. Okay, we hope it was on the way. It was on the way. All right, it's a mommy and daddy language. Okay, we told y'all to put the ears on. We told y'all. Okay, next person up to bring us that good energy is Lizzie, also known as Books. Okay, please unmute yourself, Lizzie. Welcome back.
Thank you. Beanie blessings to Ray Jan and our community. And happy Women's History Month. You can find me on IG, ES_Strauss, where the link to my Broadway Cares, Equity Fights, AIDS donation link is there. I was going to read some new ink, but Ray Jan's been talking about grandmothers and it's making me miss mine. So I'm actually going to read a poetic essay that I wrote 3 days after I lost my grandmother on January 9th, 2022. Full disclaimer, I haven't read this or touched this since then, so we'll see what happens. It's called Parallel Streets. On a bitter cold Long Island Saturday evening, I did not know that it would be the last time I would see or speak with my favorite person. On a bitter cold Long Island Saturday evening, I crafted an epic poem commemorating my 1-year anniversary as a spoken word artist. My grandmother, Rochelle Shelley Yvonne Siegman Strauss, was born and raised on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, Grand Street. Fitting as she was the grandest and most elegant woman to grace this place. A 10-minute walk from her favorite cafe, Russ and Daughters, where she would indulge in gas-based salmon, Jewish comfort. I stood in line on a freezing December day for over an hour to buy her some. I wanted her to have as much comfort as possible in her last days here on earth to distract her from the pain. As my hands bled through my wool gloves on Orchard Street, I glanced over to Avenue A. I thought about how a year ago I officially became a spoken word artist, Connections. Half a mile from my holy sanctuary and my lineage, my grandmother was first generation. My family immigrated from Galicia to make a better life for our family on the Lower East Side. Immigrants from Puerto Rico built a cafe for artists to come to continue their journeys. My family continued to build their life on the Lower East Side as the concrete of New York City felt the first frost of winter. I began and continued to share my poetry on Zoom in a winter hat or beanies on a cold January Monday evening. Like my family, I was scared and sure, excited, and most importantly, proud. My grandmother read every poem I wrote. Proud I became a spoken word artist. She loved that I'd been able to grace the stage of the New York and Poets Cafe in our beloved Lower East Side. I think about the many parallels of my grandmother in poetry. She went to high school with Audre Lorde. My grandma and Miss Lorde, both heroes of mine. Miss Lorde, a lesbian poetess like myself. How, if I'd had not anxiously joined the community a year ago, I would have never dipped my toes into the other poets' pools, polishing my words. Swimming into Queen Ray Jane's mics, I penned a poem for my grandmother that I left with her for eternity. So thank you, Ray Jane, for holding me up as I nervously wrote for her. She has my words with her forever. Thank you to the New York and Poets Cafe and our community, my family, for holding me up. It was the hardest week of my life. The fridge is overwhelmed with food sent by friends for comfort. I navigated the world without my favorite person, and I feel poets' hands on my shoulders guiding me through. My grandmother loves that I'm part of this community, that I perform on the Lower East Side, and most importantly, I'm happier. Her memory is a blessing, and I'm proud to call her my grandmother. And she was my biggest fan. In Yiddish, Ich ban die Schnosh dir ich hab dir le'adank. And in Yiddish, I miss you, and I love you, and thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you for sharing your grandmother with us. It's our privilege to hold her memory with you, beside you, and to hold you up as you remember her and her impact on your life. And know that she's impacting us through you. And we're grateful for that. Please unmute yourselves and give Lizzie some love.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. What a tribute, Lizzie.
Thank
Wow.
you so much,
May
Lizzie.
her memory be a blessing.
Woman.
That
Really
Thank you all.
moving.
that
Thank
was
you all very much.
absolutely,
Tribute.
yeah, one of the
That's
most
just
beautiful
and
tributes that I think I've ever
you
heard.
just made your grandmother immortal
Yeah,
by
you did.
sharing her with
You just put her soul inside of all of us,
Thank you
and we
very
will
much, man.
always hold her close to our hearts because of your words. And that was one of the most beautiful tributes I've ever heard. And
Thank you very much. Much love to
thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you very
Like,
much.
thank you for sharing her with us. That was beautiful.
Very welcome. All right, we invite you and all the parts of you that make you you here, right? And sometimes that's the stuff that's easy to talk about, and sometimes it's the stuff that brings you to tears. And we invite that because, I'd say often, you never know what you're giving someone else permission to say, to feel, to deal with. And loss is one of those things that's really easy to tuck away and not look at. But it usually is working on you in the background. So thank you, Lizzie, for offering your voice and an invitation to whoever might be grieving the loss of someone to add talking about it as a loving experience of them as well. All right. Man, y'all are talented even when you're hurting, especially when you're hurting, right? Thank you for sharing your gifts. Since we talked him up, and he's been playing music to us, whether we had the mic on for him or not, he's just serenading us at baseline, okay? Also, our favorite pair of dimples in the room. Okay, or maybe it's just mine. Let me not speak for y'all. Okay, Joski C, please unmute yourselves. And shout out to Deneen. All respect to your wife, right? Happy Mother's, happy Women's Month. Okay, respect to your union. That's a beautiful thing. And you sang to us about that too. So go ahead, do your thing, Joski.
Okay, hey, Ray Jane. So I've got, first of all, coming through. Can you still hear it? Okay. I have a poem and a song. I wrote each of these a little while ago. Fighting sleep, I listen deep beyond the sounds of mouths, beneath the open chords, between the notes, where waves lap shores of consciousness until vibrations cease. I seek solace, I seek peace, beneath the chords, between the notes, in a place where music waits to be born. These birds have wings, but I just got these strings. hopes dream deep, but I can't get no sleep. Old bones on a long road carry me home to you. Anchored by bones won't let me fly home.
Um, can you just play those first few notes again? Keep playing. Y'all unmute yourselves. Give Josie some.
So
Yeah,
Joski's
oh my
so
God. I
awesome.
want
No.
her to
Yeah.
read. I want to hear
Oh my
again.
goodness, I'm over here
Joski.
melting.
Come
I
on, Ray.
love
That's right.
that.
Come on.
Oh, it's so
So
good.
glad
Again.
you did.
Come
So
on.
glad
Every
you
time
Come
did.
I
on.
hear you, it's just
That.
that's my favorite song. And
Listen.
then you blow my mind
Listen.
again and it's like, no, that's my favorite song. Like,
Listen, Joski, I'm not fucking around with y'all. Listen, Joski,
Thank
that should
you.
be the intro sound to the new Eurekan documentary for
yes,
the online series.
That's
Listen,
actually a very good idea, Elton.
that is Joski, you never cease to amaze me,
let's
good
do
sir.
it.
Like
Let's
you
do it,
work
Joski.
magic
Hold
on
on
that
to that,
guitar
man.
and
For
your
real.
voice. Like
Do
keep
it.
doing what you are doing.
Ooh, I hope
Ooh.
we made you uncomfortable. I hope we made you uncomfortable with all this love that you absolutely deserve. My goodness. Oof, you changed the whole vibration in this room with that music, right? And we got to give honor to that because that's a superpower, right? You might not have knew you was a superhero until this moment, but you are. Thank you for that music. I second and third, or wherever I end up in the line of folks that really agreed with that recommendation that Elemental put on the table. I will absolutely put my right hand beside that one. Yes, indeed. All right. And until that happens, you just please keep on coming back every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, or wherever when you want to show up. And please do bring us that magic because nobody makes it like that. We're grateful for that. All right, man. Next up is our favorite Papa. Sometimes he brings us a little cutie to look at. Sometimes he don't, but that's okay. We can use our imagination. Okay. Rich Daddy Glennon, please unmute yourself and welcome back.
Hi. If I could play guitar like that, I wouldn't be writing poetry. Maybe I would. I'm addicted. So this poem is called. My wife read it and she said you should read this one tonight. I liked it, so I said okay. I never know which ones to read, so I'll read this one for her. Now this one's called A Whole New Word. While I was driving or running the faucet, I thought of an idea for a new word, but didn't write it down, so I forgot it. Not the word, but the definition of the word. It had something to do with the condition of being relieved about some past injustice being righted, sort of like closure or justice or vindicated, but different enough to warrant a new word. I figured since it had to do with rectifying, the prefix rect should be used. Then, after a few beats of reflection, I thought, how about recta? It's pronounceable, easy to spell, flows well, almost too well, like drapes in a drug commercial. But this is what happens when you remember your made up word, which already exists, by the way, and not its definition. You wind up backing into the plural for rectum, which makes me wonder about the circumstances in which this word is useful, those limited scenarios where one has the opportunity to accurately classify a firing line of baleful anuses silent in the sawdust light of a barn, recta, fully loaded, and makes me grateful, so very grateful, more than grateful, really, gratastic, to be exact, that I've never faced such despair. Thank you.
That was genius, Rich. And we are grateful for you. Okay. And however you come to know these new words. All right. No judgment. However it happens, we are grateful. Please unmute yourselves and give Rich some love.
And
Also,
that was
Rich,
fantastic.
Yes,
fantastic,
Rich.
Rich. That was
Wow,
dope,
Rick.
man.
Fantastic.
Hey, isn't
Yes.
Wonderful,
it?
Rich.
It's the wives that really know what's up, man.
That's
Like
right. Yeah.
the poem I'm reading tonight, my wife is like, "You need to read this one."
mhm.
Come through on the
They
word
they know the
search,
best,
man.
man.
Making
Like,
new words. That's what poets do, baby. Come up with new
yes,
things. Come on. Come
yes.
on, Rich. Let's
There's
go.
not enough words in the English language to express the emotions that we feel. We need people like you to create new ones for us.
That's it.
Shout out to the fam.
That's
Yeah.
it. Listen. Innovators. That's just what we do. New things. We got folks making whole new forms of poetry. Ask Lizzie about it. She'll tell you what a panku is, right? So why should we limit ourselves to what Merriam-Webster says is the boundary of our language, right? Because that's just the beginning. Okay. So thank you. Thank you for pushing us and reminding us there are new words yet to be made. And one of ours that is quite the wordsmith himself, usually giving us a little bit of drama, a little bit of intrigue, right? His name is Ike Waltz. Welcome, Ike. I'm going to ask you to unmute. Welcome back.
Good evening. A little bit of 2007 history. I wrote this just before Obama was elected, and I updated it only yesterday. The piece is based on Send in the Clowns, lyrics by Judy Collins, song by Stephen Sondheim. Yes, it's a song of a citizen who is too upset and too angry to speak, meaning he is to regurgitate foolish jokes for a very long time. Isn't it time? Are we aware? Someone talks change. Is this a new reality or fake game? Do we really care? Send in the Barbies. Isn't it bliss? Don't you approve? One who kept shouting it out and one who can't see. Where's Barbie? Please send in the Barbies. When I came to the land of the free, finally succeeding, then my dream faced up with Barbie, with my searching for that hollow meaning of change, with my usual despair, unsure what I might find. Yet little evolution, and a lot of shit is in the air. Don't you love fuss? Not Bobby's fault, I fear. I thought we had learned what we learned. Sorry, my dear. Nothing changes for Barbies. Just cute looking Barbies. Look at all of us. We are right here. Isn't it time? Are we aware? Let's make America great again. But for whom nobody will share. Are you woke? Do you really care? Media in lust covered is every wow. A monster's freak reality show. Hatred, Twitter, money, 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 spanking by his stormy honey, euphoria and regret. I can't sleep. Oh yes, Bobby wants to be fucked over and over. Fornication excites in media's lucrative rating bet. As for me, just don't you forget it. Mine is mine, yours is mine, as long as I can get it. So why would I care? Healthcare is only a poor man's survival scare. Oh yes, corruption is illegal, loopholes can't be fined, rich man's taxes are undefined. Let's build that Mexican wall, 1,989 miles tall, and with a bit of wit, you dig right under it. Isn't it great again? Two parties in permanent disarray. Hooray, hooray, wow! Change. Now scary after all. Or Bobby fooled again. Kiss, kiss, Prussian bliss. Putin has pretty girls for us all. Sleep well. Ukraine will tell. The many dead, collateral damage will never fail. So, good night, America. Nighty night. Sweet dreams, warm feet. Suck your thumb. Come on, isn't it fun to piss off Bobby? What do you think? Or do we think at all? Yes. Or last but not least, let me share my secret with America. I agree with Jimmy Fallon, as I seriously consider not to vote for Trump again. Thank you.
I tried to tell y'all. Ugh, please unmute yourselves and give.
Every single time.
I'm telling you, Ike.
Phenomenal.
Oh,
Every time.
Great, Ike.
Phenomenal.
that
Oh,
fire, that you just
So
captured me with your voice and your performance and
Come
the
on, I
cadence and
keep
just
telling that cat. He's like the Vincent Price of poetry, man. That dude
right.
is talented. His voice, his
Right.
work, his effort, like every single time.
Even his
It's
description
it's a
lead up to
business.
the
I
poem
keep
like
doing it.
captured me.
Keep doing it,
absolutely.
Ike.
Like,
You heard him.
oh,
You heard them. You heard them. They can't stop even talking about it. They giving you new people to be because who you are is so robust. My gosh. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. For always delivering, right? Each time and being thoughtful about what you share and the impact that is undoubtedly going to follow. Thank you. Thank you for your gifts. The Vince Price of poetry. You know, Elemental, you got a knack for this kind of thing. You got a knack for it. We love to see it. We love to see it. All right. Oh, Marianne Taft is next. I'm so glad we right on the midpoint too. We made it. We did it. All right. Please unmute yourself and welcome back.
Thank you so much, everybody. Good evening, Ray Jane, Elemental, and poet friends. I'm really happy to be able to be here tonight to share this particular poem because it was published today on a site called Poetry X Hunger. And I really encourage everybody to take a look at the strong work there. and a message that is being widely delivered. The poem is called Things I Know About Hungary. Some kids at my school, their dad's building a big house with a big ocean view, but they never bring snack. They eat fries every day for lunch, and they stay in with the little kids when our class goes on field trips. My grandmother was an only child, and they say my grandfather was adopted, but Grampy worked for the Bell all through the Depression. So sometimes my dad and my Aunt Glora had 20 cousins around the table for Sunday dinner. School was just out for the summer. I happened to drive past the gym and I saw my colleague at the curb. I thought maybe she needed a ride after a tough workout, but she was just sitting there crying. She said it's really hard with 4 kids, and an 11-month contract means you don't get paid again till September. After Hurricane Irma, the whole hillside cheered when the first Dutch transport plane touched down, because we knew they would have canned beans and crackers, and even Spam would taste great with the green papaya stew we made from the fruit we found on the road in our neighborhood. You never knew heaven until you had white bread and mustard to take to school, my mom said, and you smiled all the way there and back if you got a little sugar to sprinkle on that sandwich. Hungry isn't only poor people, and hungry isn't only other people. Thank you very much.
Mary Ann, thank you. And congratulations, Mary Ann. That deserves to be published. The entire world deserves to experience that perspective and to be aware of it because it's so important. Thank you for giving voice to that story, right? Because some of us know it quite well. Thank
Yes, Ray Jane, you are right. You gave voice to the voiceless. We grew up with no food, and
Terrific work, Marianne. Congratulations.
Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone. I appreciate it a
you're
lot.
you're
Poetry ex
doing
hunger appreciates
so
it
much
too.
good with that.
Come
Like,
on, Marianne, bring all that energy to it. All of that energy. It all makes a difference, Marianne. Appreciate you.
bless you,
Real.
bless you.
Beautiful work.
Thank you.
You are very welcome. Please put the information for that publication in the chat so we can get some views happening for you. Okay. And we can drop some comments and tell them to, put it on the highlight reels so it could get some more burn and we can lift you in any way that we can. Please give us the opportunity because we'd love to. Thank you for being here. And we know, just for you and for anybody else here, if you have to go and you've got other spaces to share your gifts in, please don't feel any kind of way. We are grateful for you for however long we get to have you. We know we don't have dominion over your time though, right? So please do bless us and go if you got to. It's all right. You go in love. All right, next person up to bring us their gifts is Complicated Passion. Samuel Rain, please unmute yourself and y'all be ready to get that vibe going. He about to mellow this whole thing out right quick, okay? Just wait. Go ahead, brother, and welcome back.
Good evening, everyone. And Marianne, that was a phenomenal piece. It's quite moving. I enjoyed it. I look forward to hearing it again and, of course, getting whatever book it's in so that I could read it for myself. So I'm going to be real quick with this. Sunday, March 12th, I'll be live on Mic Drop at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where you get to see 30 minutes of me doing whatever I do. You don't want to miss that on IG. So if you follow me on Instagram, then you'll be able to see where that post is and it'll lead you to that show. So I'm going to get right into it. Take these eyes. Paper dreaming, a shared moment between this life and reality. You wanting more from me. On top of the misery, no longer bound by the hope of better living, the making of America, my legacy. The scars on my body, proof of those 400 years I can never get back. It wasn't me, just someone like me. The asphalted new cemetery, and black men are women too. Is that my child? Shot down, choked out, found dead in a cell? Can you label this painting my blackness on bloodstains? And now some complicated passions. I named her Insatiable. She would be those days and nights I would come to. Her tempting spoke utter temptation, whispers and now moments of, I got all the love you need. Like the earth she was giving, all she needed was a little nurturing. So here's the rain. Yes, I want to feel your temptation, giving this mic the edge of your imagination. Hit me while I live. I want to be the end of you one more time. The wind and I want to taste the rain inside of you. Those whispers of giving in, that thin line between love and the moments I'm deep, when echoes fill the room and I can breathe again. And for a little fun, I be earthed in my tone, this dark baritone. Lies and rhymes, they all mine. In this zone, to lovebirds, to love signs. That Aries mine, Pisces, Capricorn, Taurus is too. I'm into you, giving more than a Leo lover would do. On this page, I'm part two. When I go Gemini, I'll do both sides of you. And that number 9 zodiac sign, call me what you want, but love me like you insane. When it comes to that scale, you can be on top, doing what Libras do. Whenever I see you, I can hold my breath underwater if you want me to. All Aquarius do when they wet you. Looking for 69 if you got time, knowing Cancer's the way I do. Back to part two. As I Virgo you, drown me like you want to, and have this baritone of a Scorpio be the next phase you fall into. I am Complicated Passions, the voice behind this pen. Thank you.
Yes, and shout out to you and your upcoming performance. Trust me, y'all, you want 30 minutes of it at least, okay? So please make sure you follow Dark Man Blues, aka Complicated Passions. And in the meantime, unmute yourself and give them some love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brother, what?
Awesome. Wow.
That was
Fire,
Smooth.
that was dope.
fire.
Amazing.
That was super dope.
Amazing.
Yo, he
Keep
worked through the
telling y'all that
whole
cat is cool
astrological.
on the other side of the
Oh,
Appreciate the
pillow.
zodiac shout
Telling
out.
you.
yeah, that's
Telling you.
what that was dope, man.
So dope, right? Took us across the whole galaxy, right? We became astronomers, astrologers. We went into the cosmos with that one. And, you know, we should have known. Look at the background. He said, I'm about to show you the whole universe. Okay, it's the least I could do for you. We appreciate you. All right, Complicated Passions. Please make sure you go and follow him. And also, he's got books of his own as well. So we are always going to be supporting you. If you've got books, we want your books to get the light, okay? And speaking of support, we got Nico Diaz in the house, all right? So he is holding it down at the New Yo, making sure that we are our very best. And I'm going to kick it over to him so that he can share a piece with us and also tell us a little bit about what's going on next. And then he'll kick it over to RMT, who will give you the rest of what you can look for in the New Yo, both in person when we reopen and also virtually in the meantime. Okay, so Nico, please take it away. Good to see you.
Great to see you again, Ray Jane, twice in one day. This is a beautiful day. Hi, everybody. My name is Nico Diaz. I'm a queer Afro-Latinx poet, and I first got into the New Yorican through the online community, so it was great to be back. Got a little bit of a reprieve to be here because we had to unfortunately close down for a few weeks because of some maintenance issues. guys, as I got to partake in Jane's for doing that. And I'm going to read a piece that I wrote in that space and then tell you guys a little bit about what we have coming up with our online writing workshops. So the piece I'm going to do is the first one. Fuck it. It was conjured in response about in I Woman. And so this was about how I learned how to interact with women growing up. So things overheard at a fraternity meeting. Yo, I got 10 bitches rolling through from Q's. Yo, they valid? 8 out of 10 are, you know, they always some big girls. She's fire, but she's fucked the whole chapter in Bing. Be careful, you might catch something. He'll say about her after she rejected him for the 10th time. I clipped as a euphemism for fucking. Clipped like they do in parts of Africa. Clipped her young girl's maidenhead, never to feel pleasure. Evil disfigurement, simply because where I'm from, we bag bitches like compra at Key Food. She's beautiful, he'll say after her performance of song, rap, poetry, spoken word. I'll fuck the shit out of her. Take her down, and undertake her. Language, the lubricant for making this world unsafe for women. This is just one of many beautiful pieces. Ray Jane inspired me with such thoughtful prompts, beautiful visual art throughout the piece. Like, yo, if y'all haven't been to one of Ray Jane's workshops, yeah, I need to go. She does the Art Defined series, I think every two weeks, every Sunday, along with Paul Queso. So, floored. So, we really want to see more people enjoy these writing workshops. Next week is Finn Bell, another member of our online community who will be there. And just for online community, I'm giving you guys a online discount. Normally it's $15 for participation, but as you're a member of the online community, we're gonna give it to you guys for $5. So I'm gonna say the special code, and then if you want it after this, you gotta email me or message me, DM me, Ray Jane, Ron, any one of us. It is OOM forever. Online open mic forever. That is the discount code to get it to you for $5. Not just this one, but then the week after that with Peggy as well. So that is exclusive to you guys. Please do not share that with folks. But if folks are interested, please ask them to reach out from the online community. And we got a lot of amazing things happening at the cafe, online and on site. So yeah, lots of amazing things happening. So with that, again, thank y'all for your time and attention, and I'll pass it to Ron Mark Thompson.
Thank you so much, Nico. Yes, that is exciting news. Come on out to Ray Jane's workshop. I was in transit. I wasn't able to attend her workshop a few hours ago, but I've been to her other workshops at Art Defined, and she is, as an amazing host she is also a great workshop facilitator. So thank you, Nico. Elemental, get ready. I'm going to ask you to unmute you in a second as well, but I just want to present again what is happening at the New Regan Poets Cafe. So I think Nico just mentioned it. Hold on a second. I'm going to make it a little bit larger here. Bear with me for a second. Here we go. So because the New Regan Poets Cafe currently is closed for in-person events, because we are upgrading and repairing our heating, we want to make sure that everybody is, comfortable in the building. Next week, instead of the Wednesday night slam, the Poetry Potions open mic happens at Barrio BX, which is hosted by Nico. Nico, if you're still there, would you mind telling everyone again what this is about, and the collaboration that we're doing with the New Regan Poets Cafe on that one?
Oh my God, thank you so much, Ron, for teeing this up. I forgot. There's so much stuff happening. So in addition to the online writing workshops, as you know, the cafe, if you guys don't know, the cafe is going to be experiencing a 3-year renovation process beginning sometime later this year. It's going to be 3 years because we got a $24 million grant from New York City to do this. It's been long overdue. The application was put in 10 years ago, and it's been a long time coming. And so we're excited to do that. As we do that, we're entering our 50th year. And so this is like really, we're entering, we like to call it phase 3. Our founder, Lois Griffith, likes to call it. Phase 1 was just getting the cafe off the ground. Phase 2 was having various leadership and establishing SLAM throughout the United States. And phase 3 is really leveling up as an institution. And so as we expand our programming beyond the brick and mortar space online, we're also going to be expanding to satellite locations as well. And so this is the first partnership, which I'm feel lucky enough and blessed and trusted enough to expand to an open mic I was already hosting in the Bronx called Poetry and Potions. It was, so we're launching this new partnership starting next week. It's going to be a vibe, as it always is. We have New Yorican poet Mariposa Fernandez there, and one of our newest team members, Cap, or Claudia, who's one of our program assistants. So this is an amazing opportunity to be in space in the Bronx. And if you're interested in bringing a New Yorican production to you, wherever you are, across the country, across the city, let me know. We're looking for spaces and places to do that in. So this is the first of many future collaborations and expansions that we'll be doing. And yeah, if you the sign up list is full already, but we're gonna obviously take walk-ins and extra folks. So let me know.
Oh wow, well, what a popular demand, because I was just about to paste the link in the chat, but it's good to hear.
Do it anyway. I mean, like, you know, there's always no shows, people, you know, so definitely feel free, Ron.
That's right. Yes. So everyone, if you're in New York City in person, come onto the Bronx. You can get there by the number 6 train, and then it's just a short ride by local bus or a walk. So thank you so much, Nico. We look forward to that new collaboration, and we look forward to seeing you there next week. Also, as we mentioned several times already, even though the cafe this and next week is closed for in-person programming, we are continuing our online program, such as the Monday night and Thursday night online open mic, and the wonderful Women's Orators Writing Workshop held this month, Women's History Month. Ray Jane just hosted and facilitated the first workshop earlier today. The next one next week on March 16th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, is hosted by none other than Finn Bell. We all know Finn Bell here, so you may already buy tickets online on our calendar system. And as Nico told you, there is a special discount code for everyone online. With that discount code, the ticket will only be $5. So come on out. I've been to many of Finn Bell's workshops. She is as amazing as Ray Jane. So check her out. And also, I want to already in advance promote later this month on March 25th, which is a Saturday, Revolutionary Tracks Live, a radical open mic and showcase in the New Yorican Poets Cafe. As of now, this is still scheduled. We hope to have our heating repaired by then. If that changes, we of course will let you know in the next week. So just stay tuned with us. All right. On that note, I'm gonna paste all the links for the New Yorican Poets Cafe. You know, all the information, the tickets, contributions. For some reason, and this is a Zoom glitch, it says that it came from Nico because both he and I are logged on with the New Yorican Poets Cafe Zoom account. I'm gonna have to let Zoom know that obviously this is a glitch, but I just pasted it there for you so you can see all the links. And last but not least, before I hand the mic back over to Ray Jane, Elemental, if you're there, could you please let everyone know about the upcoming Monday night online open mic, which of course is still happening, and what is the theme for next Monday?
Listen, first off, shout out RMT. Make sure you are following RMT. If you're not following RMT by now, damn it, you should be. Shout out to the dopest hostess in the Zoom verse, the one and only. It's Ray Jane. Listen, plug in with the queen. All right. It's Thursday night. Damn it, get your life. Listen. On the other side of Thursday night, it's always Monday night, man. It's the hypest night of the week. Plug in. This is what we do. All right. There's always a new theme jumping off. This week's theme is Jewels of Life or Heirlooms. Listen, come through, right? Join the community, bring your energy. It is always going down on Monday night, baby. There is no weekend layoff, none of that. Bring your energy to Monday night. You know it's going down. Appreciate y'all. Plug in.
Thank you so much, Elemental. Amazing. Yes. And one last reminder to everyone in the US and Canada this weekend, for some reason, daylight saving time is still happening. We are bringing forward our clock by 1 hour. So make sure that all your clocks and watches and cell phones are set to daylight saving time. And the reason I mentioned that, because we are an international open mic. I know we have a few of us joining from outside the US and Canada, and some of you don't observe daylight saving time. So in that case, next week we will be either, I think, an hour earlier or later. So just make sure that you have the correct translation, because Ray Chain, we don't want to miss any of our international participants. So back to you, Ray Chain.
Definitely. We don't want to miss an opportunity to hear from you, right? To enjoy, the gift of your energy. We agree, Holly Goose. Boo! No more daylight savings time. I want my hour back. Thank you. I could do a lot with that. Tuh. Right? Y'all don't take enough in taxes, damn it. I mean, come on. Anyway, we are going to jump back into the list because I know you've been eagerly awaiting your opportunity to share. Daniel Fernandez, go for it, my brother. Thank you for being here. Welcome back.
Hello, glad to be back. First thing I want to do is for the Women's Month. I wanted to say thank you for everyone for everything that you've done. I have one poem, a new poem that was written on Friday night, and that one, I'll get to it real quick. That one is called When We Lock Eyes. When we lock eyes while I'm performing, look past the color, the reflection of pain from one eye to another. One deals with grief while the other stands by like a butler. I'm tired of life stretching patience as if it's rubber. When we lock eyes while we make love, absorb it. We share energy in ways that don't exist. Let's be intimate to ensure it's legit, to relive heaven when we reminisce. When we lock eyes while I'm on stage, this is your chance to relate and to love. And I'm not talking about romance. Help lift my spirit because there ain't enough hands. I'm in such debt that I can't withstand. When we lock eyes while walking down the street, scan the face. Try to determine whether it's glee or rage. If excitement is shown, reflect the same. If not, let compassion be displayed. When we lock eyes while I'm driving, you will see me smile. The jubilation of shifting and pushing another mile brings a tear of perfection as emotions run wild. Bliss is met like joy to a child. When we lock eyes while I'm at a meeting, don't say a word. The company is at a standstill and every idea is absurd. In order to sell and do well, trust needs to be earned. Treat the customer like royalty and they're bound to return. Don't go around the bushes and complain when concerned. You get what you give and now you can observe. When we lock eyes while I'm paying dues, forgive my scowl. I work to live, and when I don't make enough, I mispronounce my vowels. I get paid chips in a world of diamonds as I stay awake longer than an owl. So when I come here to pay for a place to breathe, don't judge because I chose to throw in the towel. When we lock eyes while I'm working, don't intrude. I will keep going until my task concludes. Afterwards, sure, slap a couple jokes through because it's nice to flip an industrious mood. When we lock eyes while I write, inspiration is sold. My ideas circulate like veins to control. I am in the zone like in the movie Soul. I have more thoughts than there is people at the Super Bowl. When we lock eyes while I sign my book, that's my thank you for reading and enjoying stories from everyone's point of view. To feel, since most are afraid to. It's okay to cry, and that's the tough truth. When we lock eyes while I cry, comfort me. Do your best, and my heart will see. Faking assistance is never satisfying. A situation that leads to a scream. When we lock eyes while I yawn, I'm sorry, it's awkward. I went to sleep at 4, so laziness takes time to transfer. I work because it's God's path I choose to serve. If I don't, I'm homeless, and it's not what I prefer. When we lock eyes while I'm in agony, get the fuck away. I will unleash hell like those who liberate. Everyone within my radius becomes a prey, throwing expletives like those who disobey. When we lock eyes while on a date, please share freely. In a moment of romance, a space of tranquility. Savor my presence and speak truthfully. No puzzles nor games, a message said clearly. I analyze a personality before intimacy. That's wife material, at least in theory. What's your goals and what do you see in me? A partner who's busy or the type to be lazy? When we lock eyes while in bed, do what you please. I am all yours, like a wind to a tree. Time for us and let it be a routine. Block the world so your focus is me. Ignore the stress and let it be. I understand the struggle. It's like a disease. Fuck that. Let this moment freeze. Appreciate the time as if it's a dream. When my eyes can't open and living concludes, you have an idea of the troubles I've been through. Take a moment and sympathize like I'm an animal at the zoo. When we lock eyes, I'm trying to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you for that new shit. Please unmute yourselves and give Dame some love.
My
Wow, that
little
was a whole journey.
brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Daniel,
Bars on
right
bars on
on.
bars, baby. Get it, Daniel.
Yeah.
Oh, Daniel, you
Thank you.
talking.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was
Uh,
fine.
man, we love you, little brother. Love you, little brother.
Love that piece, man. Y'all be careful. Daniel's out here trying to hypnotize y'all. I know what he's doing with his eye. That's all right. If you read us poetry while you do it, we might not mind so much. Okay. Next person up is bringing us all a gusto. Gust of the maggots. Please unmute yourself. Do your thing.
Okay. Hey, Ray Jane. Hey, beloved poets. I have two pieces tonight. The first one is for my mother who passed away 4 years ago this month. It's called The Widow's Son, the prologue. Must I still search for the one to heal the wounds of the widow's son? Or have I found her inside you, strong yet weak for wounded too? Can our love help to heal as love can when it's real? For I have died and been reborn, cast off the cloak for it was worn. Still reeling we all are from 3 grave wounds, wandering lost in the desert's lonely dunes, struggling against tyranny and superstition, the head wound of mind control through repetition, the death of thought, the road to perdition, the throat wound to silence our tongue, had turned us to liars, everyone, slaves to a freedom in name only, lost in a crowd, perpetually lonely, dying by degrees for the courage to say what you think and feel, for it won't go away. The wounded heart's the real ass kicker. Human feeling atrophied, there's nothing sicker. Narcissism, sociopathy crowd you to the borderline, living a lie, pretending everything is fine. I propose to heal all wounds of the human spirit. I write this now in hopes that you will hear it. A rebel warrior reclaiming freedom of thought, word, and conscience. Don't fear it. Tyranny thrives because we let it. Don't buy their lies. Please don't forget it. And in honor of Women's History Month, this is Mushrooms by Sylvia Plath. Overnight, very whitely, discreetly, very quietly, our toes, our noses take hold on the loam, acquire the air. Nobody sees us, stops us, betrays us. The small grains make room. Soft fists insist on heaving the needles, the leafy bedding. Even the paving, our hammers, our rams, earless and eyeless, perfectly voiceless, widen the crannies, shoulder through holes. We diet on water. Our crumbs of shadow, bland mannered, asking little or nothing. So many of us, so many of us. We are shelves, we are tables, we are meek, we are edible, nudgers and shovers in spite of ourselves. Our kind multiplies. We shall by morning inherit the earth, our foot's in the door. Thank you, everyone.
Two powerful reads. Thank you, Gustav, for sharing the memory of your mother with us, right? And for ending your set with a woman's words in your mouth. Sylvia Plath is a hell of a choice. Please unmute yourselves and give him some love for that.
That was
The
wonderful.
Vegas. Yo, I thought I heard everything that you spit before.
Gustav.
Hey, I made that artwork. Yeah.
On both sides. On both sides.
That's it. Listen, the love for you is international. You got Japan shouting you out, right? Shout out to Poetech. right? To all our folks all over the globe. This love is wrapping the globe. And what a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing. Thank you for giving us your gusto, right? Make sure you follow the maggots. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself, right? Next person up to treat us in our ears. Looks like he might be singing to us, y'all. I don't know. I got a feeling. I see a guitar. I don't know. Make sure that original sound is on so we can hear every single note. Please unmute yourself. Adam Granger, we are so happy to have you back.
All right, so yeah, I'm doing a song tonight. This is not an original song. This is a cover. This is a song by a band that I've considered to be one of my favorites for many years. Actually, since I was in high school. This band is coming out with a new album tomorrow, so I figured I would honor that by playing one of their songs. This is by Periphery. It's called "The Way the News Goes." Stumble into a blinding light, deeper breaths enough to pull the highest highs. Take one look, but I am the lowest low again. At the bottom, but I'm fine. Tears march your lullabies and beat me like a drum. Oh no, it's not your average fucking misery. This hardest chords, but not a single one sounds new or fun. Entrance dissonance, pick on and on. Show me how to fly away when this world is torn. If you feel like dying, lose that forever. You're shining and it shows. You're shining and it shows. Going through the highest highs. You're shining and it shows. Down at the bottom, but I'm fine. I try to feed it, but it still wants more. Give me the feeling that I'm looking for. Show me how to fly away when this world is torn. If you feel like dying, lose that forever. You're shining and it shows. Wake up as I stumble into a blinding light. Deeper breaths enough to kill the highest highs. Take one look and I'm at the lowest low again. At the bottom, but I'm fine. At the bottom, but it's all so wrong. At the bottom, but it's all so wrong. Tears melt your lullabies and beat me like a drum. Oh no, it's not your average fucking misery. This side is cold, but not a single one sounds new or fun. It's insanity, that's just how it goes. Tears melt your lullabies and beat me like a drum. Oh no, it's not your average fucking misery. This side is cold, but not a single one sounds new or fun. Don't like insanity, but that's just how it goes.
you just unmute them and let them woo at you? Go ahead and yell.
Woo, Adam!
Yeah,
Yeah,
Adam.
buddy. Hey,
Where
post
the
the
song at
name of that. Yeah,
though?
so we can
We
look
need
it
the
up.
song. We
That
need
was
you to put some more
dope,
like
bro.
where we can we find it? This is dope.
I want to.
Listen, you hear the people, they want to know. Please put in the chat the name of the artist, the name of the song. The folks are already bopping. They're like, where I can find that at? Spotify, title? What we doing? What we doing? Independent? Something else? You know, one of these new things, you know. I'm not so young as it used to be, so I don't know. I'm not up on all the ways to get music these days. But please put the information in the chat so we have a chance to find it. All right. Thank you, Adam, for rocking out with us. We are so happy to see you coming out of your shell and showing us, you know, the thing that you do all the time, right? You always say poetry is your side thing and music is your original hustle. So go ahead. We love to see you growing and shining, just like the song said. All right, please. Next person that is going to be going up is Zumkonto, our resident horn. Please unmute yourself. Go ahead and do your thing.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for all your poetry. Always a blessing. Thank you for everyone that was vulnerable with us today. This poem I wrote in November last year on my mother's birthday. So seeing as it's Women's Month, I would love to dedicate it to women where it applies. I wrote this poem not because you were born on this day, but because from out of space you arrived on planet Earth with such grace that your entrance made it seem like you were floating a few feet above the ground. But eventually your crown weighed you down, and as you lowered and touched the surface of the earth, your essence forced the tectonic plates below to crash into each other, falling out of the kitchen sink where Mother Earth washes dishes with both cold waterfalls and hot lava. Mama, you shook the whole earth with your heartbeat. And in the aftermath, the world and everything in it was all over the place. But you saw where each tiny molecule of everything around you had fallen, and you put it all back together, golden, exactly as it was. Because you were a goddess, Mama. And every magician and healer under the sun deserves their praise. I wrote this poem not because today is the day you were born, but because your birthday is mine too. It was the day you uttered my first cry on my behalf in case I was too stunned to weep for the sadness to come. It is the day I took my flight on the wings of a huge mythical bird with wings that change colors to confuse the witches of this world. And it disappeared altogether when my soul approached your womb. If you had not been born, I would still be sitting in that waiting room, looking up at where the flight number would be and waiting to see if it would ever be called. And when the flight information display system came on, I checked in my soul at the gate for the same journey that you had taken almost 2 decades and a half before my time. It is hard being a ghetto mother because you are shame. The world will laugh at you with all different kinds of pain, Gaia, from rent to school fees to funeral tents for hire to being afraid to simply walk in the night with no one realizing that when you arrived from out of space, the light you were covered in was filled with every gemstone that the earth's crust and any of its upturned dust had ever known. That the broken tower lights on days when they would miraculously turn on were actually powered by your fast beating heart, Mama. As you walked in the dark, hoping they come back on and showed you the way, protecting you from the evil that men do. That the light in your eyes shone through, not to magnify your tears, but to prove that all of the universe's undiscovered gemstones had been building a home inside your eyes for years, Mama, and lighting the path for my mythical bird every time you looked at the sky. A light so bright it changed the colors of its invisible wings so that the witches would not shoot it down with their flexible slings. Sihlala sifunga ukuthi omama sizabenzela okuhle. We dream of buying our mothers all upgraded versions of beautiful. So my dream is that you hold on and drown the world's laughter, mama, no matter what form it disguises itself in, because the universe is always hiding a miracle. The universe is always hiding its best hand, mama, saving it for when everyone had long already assumed that it had lost the game. Thank you. Happy Women's History Month.
Ooh, my goodness. Your mother is blessed, right? And a blessing to us. Thank God for your mother, so that we get a chance to experience how you love her through your words, because it is indeed an experience. Please unmute yourselves and give Zomkonto some love for that. Wow.
Yes, thank
Beautiful
to your
tribute.
mother, man.
Beautiful
Phenomenal.
You are
thank you.
such an
Miracle.
inspired
Phenomenal.
poet. I
Miracle.
love you. Oh my goodness.
I
Just
love
thank
you,
you so
brother.
much. I don't even
I
have the
love you.
words.
Yeah,
So
I love
beautiful,
you.
man.
I keep
Miracle.
telling y'all.
Mm.
I keep telling y'all that dude changes the atmosphere in every room he steps in. Respect.
Look what you did, Zomkonto. Look what you did. You set off Elemental. He was chilling. He was calm. He was he was taking back the vibes. He was really, you done set him off. But that's all right. It makes sense. It makes sense. Who could sit still listening to that, right? Thank you. Thank you for your gifts. Thank you for being here. Oh man, I love it. Next person or poet to the mic, right, is Thomas. Also, our Open Minds, Open Mic host, but I'll let him tell you about that. All right. Always good to see you. Thank you for sharing your energy and for being so supportive and vocal about it in the space. Please unmute yourself and welcome back.
Hey, thank you for welcoming me, Ray Jane. I just got two quick announcements. This Friday, Open Minds Over Mic, we're only gonna do 1 hour because Shaki is doing their debut for the Garage Poet Society, and I believe she's gonna be featuring Ray Jane. So we're gonna do 1 hour of Open Minds, and then the whole Open Minds family, we gonna migrate over to watch Ray Jane's feature with Shaki. And then another announcement. This Monday, I'm really nervous about it, but I'm gonna do my first in-person poetry slam down in Calgary. So, yeah, I'm kind of nervous. I mean, I've been in the game with a little bit with y'all, but I don't know what I'm working with. So, I'm gonna read this poem for y'all. I'm thinking about doing this as my second round poem. If I make it that far, we'll see. But so yeah, I call this one Untitled Mind. Grasping for the molecules my brain needs, this thing feeds on LSD and DMT. Psilocybin tends to breed a bittersweet relief. THC been a main staple, I burn so many leaf. The booze always seem to ooze from every pore. I never shut the fucking door, usually end up on the fucking floor. Head sore from the dosage I injected of less respected drugs. Sometime I wonder in my mind if I just needed better hugs, more love shown to me at a younger age. Running to my grave, I look back at the trail of breadcrumbs, but they never stayed. Honestly enlightened though. Turn off the lights and let me glow. Consciousness forever grown. I lack the melatonin to go to sleep into a deep state of sleep. Lacking serotonin and red meat, my speech tends to overlap my thoughts due to ADHD. Never been the one to pass up a good time. Open mind, just trying to skid by with the mental issues I imbibe. Or is it in bed? Words in my head seem to twist and turn. I filled my urn with ashes of laughter. This court's adjourned. I found myself innocent. Heavily sedated, it's been a minute since I last checked my pulse. I see my body and I'm still in it. Beginning to reconnect my spirit with the earth. What's the worst that can happen? Crying or laughing, my entire mind is wrapped in a hazy fog. I'd shake it off, but it's deep within my thoughts. A psychonaut. I've traversed planes that you could not imagine. Stopped to ask myself what happened, but I'm half in, half out. No doubt it's the route that I chose. Never really fit in. Always seem to get in trouble and such. Past the Dutch, backwood, or the Philly bro. I'm trying to get higher than I've ever been before. Now I check my skull. Brain in constant flux. It's like I feel the need to fuck shit up. I concede. I wish my dreams were in reach, but it seems my attempts are never enough. Trying to stay in touch, flying through a tunnel of thorns. Sometimes I feel scorn, drawn to things that do harm to my physical form. I admit it's a trip, living in the grip of my own mind, wishing I could just take some time to realign my soul, living my best life side by side with my wife. That's my goal. Thank y'all. Been Thomas over mine.
Now listen here, Thomas. Okay. Yes, that's right. Give him another one. Give him another one.
Another one, she said.
Yeah.
Another
Give
one,
him
babe.
another one.
Say good night.
Okay, you deserve that. Please believe in yourself. Okay, we believe in you. All right, you're gonna do great. We're excited for you. You're gonna kill it. You're gonna kill it.
Thank y'all,
Right?
man. Thank y'all.
Listen, it's not about what round you make it to, it's the fact that you show up,
Yeah.
right? With intent to do your best and to share from an honest place. That's the only requirement. Okay? Can't nobody score that, period. Okay?
Yeah.
Please unmute yourselves and give Thomas some love. Thank you for being here.
You got this, Thomas. Beanie
Let's go,
Mafia.
Thomas.
You
Let's
got this.
go.
Going, poet.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
better do it.
slam life.
We here for
Yeah,
all
that
this.
slam life.
Number
Stay
11
up
in your
on your
corner. We cheering
timing.
you on.
Stay up on your timing. Even the smallest amounts will deduct your score. Stay up on the time.
True. That's true, right? You are going for the score though, so you make sure you get all your points, okay? Just like your coins, make sure you keep your points. All right, we believe in you. You got this, right? When you start to talk negatively about you, we gonna be like, don't be talking about my friend like that. My friend Thomas got it, okay? Watch your mouth, okay? All right, only because we love you and we believe in you. All right, next person up who we love and believe in, and we don't give a damn about no geographical lines. You could keep that on your fake map because we know what's real about that too, right? And we stay connected. Mesh, our brother out there in India representing international boo. Please unmute yourself and welcome back.
Great to be here on this wonderful platform. I'm Unmesh Mohitkar on IG and Instagram. I got open mic. Let's unmesh live every Saturday, 10:30 a.m. New York time. Please do join. Here we go. No, no. All is not fair in love and war. Many poems, movies, and books written about love. Love is business, love is war, love is fight, love is flight. If love goes out of business, the share market will tank. Love is searching in nothingness. Love, is it reality or just a chemical reaction to add flavor to life? The kissing, the missing, the loving, the cuddling, the fighting, the caring, the crying, the dying, the waiting. Don't get me wrong, I completely get it. Falling in love, love at first sight, love without boundaries, love songs drenched in rain, love suffering in vain. All is fair in love in war. 15th century quote, still used, misused, and abused. No. All is not fair in love and war. This favors the rich and the strong to hide their wrong, sell their love songs, kick people like a ping pong ball. It has ruined so many lives and countries. Empty people, lonely in jam-packed wedding hall. No. All is not fair in love and war. Romantic concept of love, myth for me. Love might exist or not, but I see the lonely, forlorn eyes looking into infinity, in waiting, in search for love. The search for love is immortal. Few people love the search more than love. Once love is found, search is dead. Imagine searching for something which might not exist. This is something very strong. The very basic foundation of human society lies on something which might not exist. But still, I say, all is not fair in love and war. My search for true love has taken me too far, so near, yet so far. So near, yet so far. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Ooh, never too far away from us, Umesh, and we are so happy about that. Please unmute yourselves and give him some love.
Love this
Umesh.
piece.
Thank you.
Everything, man.
Man.
Everything you do, bro, is so enlightening and inspiring, man. We appreciate
You know
every
what
word that
time it
comes
is
out
for
of your mouth,
Umesh? You
man.
know what time it is, that dude bringing that much energy? Like, come
Right?
through, Umesh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come through.
Yeah. What
Love
time is it for
across
you,
the
Umesh?
oceans.
I know you waking up early for
It's
this.
9:15. It's fine.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Okay.
goodness. You got that fire at 9 o'clock in the morning, boy.
That's how you
Thanks.
started off, right? Umesh said it don't matter what time it is. Got that fire all day. All right. Check out these books. Okay. The words keep coming. It's an all day affair. We appreciate you for spending your time with us, right? Whatever time looks like in your realm or dimension, wherever you're joining us from energetically, we appreciate you. All right. Next person up that is joining us at the right time is Kelly McAllister. Y'all already know how I feel about that hair. You know I was gonna say something. You know I was gonna say something. Please unmute yourself and welcome back.
Always great to be here. I have two medium pieces for us today. They are newish shit, and one of them was actually from Finn's Tumbleword session this weekend. So if you are looking for a ringing endorsement, I am happy to give one. So the piece from this weekend. In my mind, my eyes are bigger than I know they are. I'm no doe-eyed princess, but they are shrewd, and so often filled with wonder that strangers are like to remark upon them. I called them steel once, a uniform blue-gray. My mother took great offense. She told me they were the color of a glacier, just under the waterline, and like a glacier, they have great depth. These round eyes sit in my round face over the mounds of my round cheeks. It's what makes them remarkable, I think, the only sharp thing in a face bereft of angles. The rest of it is pleasant, if forgettable. A nose neither too big nor too small that sits above a bowed mouth, bottom lip fuller than the top, nicely formed but small. Enough that my mouth often escapes notice until it opens, and all I've observed with my keen eyes spills out. My face has not changed much in the last few years. These curved lines still speak to youth, but I treasure every creased line that has appeared. I have earned every one, the deepest from laughing, the greatest badge of a life well lived. They frame my glacier eyes beautifully. Every jewel deserves an elegant setting. So that was the Finbo one. And another Tumblewords one, but of a very different bent. This is a piece from my grandmother. Unfortunately, I am not as fond of her as many of the other grandmothers we've heard of today. Relationships come in all forms. You no longer remember the person you used to be. Alzheimer's has stolen the particulars of you, if not dulled the sharp edges of you. But we still live with the ghost of you, as we always have. You held our hearts in your hands, our matriarch, and you carved curses into them with your fingernails. You did always have lovely fingernails. I know because I have them too. My mother would often remark on how lucky I was to have your fingernails, because she found her own so unsightly. The rest of me reminded her of herself, which you had taught her was unsightly. So when she looked at me, so often she did through the haze of your ghost, the hate in your eyes. She didn't hate about me. She hated for me. But that is a nuance you cannot teach a child. Your greatest failure wasn't my mother. She hated herself to average, after all. Your greatest failure isn't even me, though I live a life in defiance of your gifts of shame, large and lovely and unafraid of the word fat. I still think of you, Riley, with every bikini I unpack. And still, I am not your greatest failure. That honor would go to my sister, my beautiful, thin sister. Because you had tried to weaponize us against each other. And in my mother and I, you got your violent delights. But my sister never saw us through your eyes. I was never a waste of a pretty face to her. My mother was never both too much and too little. She saw us as we were, and she loved us as if we were perfect anyways. And that love makes things whole, Grandma. So while you waste away, alone, she holds our hearts now, and they glow.
Kelly. Oh my goodness. You don't even need the hair though. Like, that's the best thing about you. You're already so dope. Please unmute yourselves and give Kelly some love for those beautiful
Yo,
pieces.
both of those were so, that first piece
So
about your
beautiful.
eyes and your, like,
Wow.
oh my goodness. That was so
The
beautiful.
glacier
That's how you
imagery.
do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Oh,
Absolutely.
we love
Beautiful.
you. We love
Whew.
you.
That's a fact, Kelly. We love you. That's a fact. Okay. So I dropped the remainder of the list in the chat. Unfortunately, we don't have space, additional space of good luck round. We are going to be probably going over with the 4 that we've got left. So I want to be respectful always to your time, because we know that you don't have to be here, but you choose to have us in your life for this moment of your life. So we want to also be able to release you back to your life when you expected to get back to your life, or at least near to it. Okay. So thank you so much for being here. All those who have, thugged it out with us to the end. And we've got some more wonderful poets for you as a gift for your endurance. Okay. One of them being Nemo Sum himself. Please unmute yourself and welcome back.
Thank you so much, Ray Jane. Thank you, everybody. Happy Women's History Month. I'm wearing my my Shocky G beanie in support, and I've written a 9x9 panku for Women's History Month about women that were influential in my life. And thank you, Lizzie, for the form. Here we go. Great Aunt Eleanor taught me what love could be. Her eyes sparkled when she read poems out loud. She smiled like she was sharing a wonderful secret. My grandmother Alice taught me how to write verses. She showed me how to play with my words. She was proof that family could be about love. My great-grandmother taught me how to tell stories. She wove tales about people I felt I knew. We played cards and we laughed about our lives. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for lifting the women who are impacting you both in the past and now, and who are sure to continue to impact you in the future. Thank you for sharing your platform. You don't have to mention anybody else's name. So we appreciate you when you do. Please unmute yourselves and give Nemo some love for that.
Ooh, my brother Nemo.
That was beautiful, Nemo. Did
Nemo
the Beanie Mafia
Sue.
proud
Yes,
and
Right.
your
we
family
are
proud.
all proud of you, man.
Thank you guys so much. It's great to be here.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
We
Much
love
love,
it.
brother. Much
Ugh.
love.
You are all just such loving and generous. So generous, right? Everybody, which is so nice, because the world is full of greed, just running over. Okay, you have to hold on to your own fingers out here, because you might lose a nubbin. You never know, right? Okay, be careful is all I'm saying. Next person up is Propaganda Poet, rounding out our guaranteed list as only he can. Please unmute yourself and bless us. Let it begin, damn it. All right, welcome back.
Thank you, thank you. Always appreciate each and every one of you. Before I do my poem, I want to share with you an indigenous perspective of the time change. Only a white man would try to convince you that cutting 1 foot off of one side of a blanket and sewing it to the other side of a blanket would give you a longer blanket. So, and now a poem. This poem is out of my book Word Tornadoes. Word Tornadoes. It's a pretty good read, like, you know, and it'll help me pay some bills. So just saying, hit me up sometime. My info is in the chat, and then I'll go ahead and do this poem because women are awesome every day. So that's why I'm going to do this poem. Seeing beauty in person. If beauty were a person, she would exist within infernos, the fiery passions of volcanic flows scorching the skies of Mercury. If beauty were a person, she would be clouded in mystery, a necessary protection from predators who seek to prey upon her inner Venus heat. If beauty were a person, she would soar aloft as free as falcon flights adrift on endless wind currents, caressing the clouds of earth. If beauty were a person, she would walk statuesque, solid mountain giant across vast moonscapes and valleys, rivaling those of Mars. If beauty were a person, she would loom larger than all, draped in gaseous forms that keep her veiled from the naked eye, released only in storms that ravage Jupiter's hidden landscape. If beauty were a person, she would never have need for the rings of men. Her radiance would overcome their gravity, encircling the entirety of any Saturn. If beauty were a person, her orbits would criss and cross without any type of loss, gaining only the courage and certainty of the planetary twins Uranus and Neptune. If beauty were a person, there would be no debate. Frigid, frozen fears would be dwarfed by her ability to be seen, no matter what any others may deem what she should be, planetary, plutonic, or not. That is her decision, not yours. If beauty were a person, she would soul shine so brightly that all other versions would orbit around her, the center of all light and energy, given freely so that all things could live in harmony. If beauty were a person, she'd be you, Ray Jane, and you, Deadpan, and you, MJ Blackwell, and every other woman in this room. One continuously spiraling celestial spirit, an entire solar system of passions, mystery, freedom, vast expanse, ravaging storms, radiance, and courage, deftly defying any definitions of men. If you're in El Paso, anywhere in El Paso area, in like 2.5 weeks, I'm going to be featuring like 3 nights in a row out in El Paso. And then I'm going to be in the Manhattan in July for at Governor's Island for the Poetry Fest. So in that first week of August, I'll be in Jersey. So if you're in any of those areas, come see me and give me a big hug. And I'll see y'all. Peace, love, and poetry.
Woo! You know we love you, Prop. Thank you for taking a moment to love on us. And listen, I can vouch for the hugs, y'all. It's well worth it. It's well worth it. Go on, get you one. Go on, get you one. Please unmute yourselves. In the meantime, give them some love.
Hey, Prop.
We love you, Prof. Thank you.
Come on, son.
From every man in this
I'm
room,
sending
thank
you a
you for
hug. I
reading
hope you
that.
feel it. I got a big hug for you, brother.
Yeah,
Nothing but
we
love and
all got
respect for
hugs
you.
for you,
Thank you
man.
so much for being you. We appreciate
Hey,
you. Let's all give Prop a hug. Come on, throw
yeah,
your arms
thanks
out.
for reading that
Some
to the
arms out
women
there.
here. They
You know.
deserve it.
Get in there. You know
All
what
of
I'm
us,
saying?
man, like, thank you
Don't be
for saying
stingy,
that for
Joski,
us,
with the
man.
one arm hug, okay? Both arms.
Yeah, we got to get 2 in on there.
That's it. Look, you gotta wrap me up. I don't know how y'all be hugging in your various regions. Okay, but where I'm from, you got to wrap me up. If your fingers ain't touching, you not doing it right. Okay? Look, you gotta hug me so good you touch you. All right? That is the goal of the hug, is for you to touch you as well. Okay? So 2 hands. Don't be robbing folk. Okay? Be good. Okay. All right. We are gonna move on because we have made it to our good luck round. We got 2 folks on there for tonight, just out of respect to your time. I appreciate all the folks who wanted to jump on. Please do come through next time so we can hear you. You know, we do our best to make time for you, right? And to be honoring your time as well, okay? First person up is Bill Elkins. Okay, if he was in here, he would be the first person up, but he gone. So that's okay. We gonna move on to Elemental. And you know what? That leaves space for MJ because she had asked to get on. So you know that's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? When the universe moves, so do we. Okay, so MJ, you gonna close us out because that's how that's gonna go this evening. Please unmute yourself, Elemental. Do your thing.
Hey, listen, I love it. First of all, to every poet who touched the mic before me and after, I truly, truly appreciate your energy. You are truly a blessing to this space, to everyone in this space. Your voice is valuable and necessary. This is something that I was just working on. So shout out to the paint slingers in the building. Was just working on what some of our community mentioned in Ray Jane's workshop. So this is to the prompt, Ain't I a Woman? So forgive me, it's still wet. Ain't I a woman? Full of grace and mercy for clumsiness that exists in boys that simply pretend to be men when it comes to relations, but not when business is on the table for dinner or supper, served cold as revenge for sins of men. Oh, that's right. Your daddy told you women should stay in their place, huh? Keep eyes low as though one is owned, not valued for making life more than just turmoil and struggle, huh? Bringers of life to a plane that can be plain, gruesome in every shade, tree, or facade, where sheeple applaud misplaced magnificence and ill-gotten gains. Call it newsworthy, glorious in every hue of natural wonders this galaxy has ever seen. I mean, damn, she Shazam ordinary moments to alchemy with same breath correcting courses, gives you dreams, a living, cheering section that carries lessons men will never overstand. It's not meant for our understanding, just cooperation in making lives dazzling. Maybe a man's world, but it would be nothing. I say nothing, I mean nothing without a woman or a girl, grandmama and them, mama and auntie making magic with bare hands, made soul food out of slave gruel, eating low on the hog, but still, I say still got enough to carry you through the fields and over the borders to freedom. From hog maws to pig feet, we grew up on gristle. She turned to Michelin star with bizarre ingredients that never sent you to bed hungry. Always just enough to stick to ribs and ideas, the taste of flavor that could transcend the bitter notes of life into wizardry. Think more Dorothy, less Supreme, that could sing lullabies to chaos and make it find calm. Part star, part constellations. She's so Cassiopeia, she lights up moonless nights that make demons human. I wonder how Circle made her connection to love, infinity, and flesh-worn calluses, kneading dough into flavors of nurture, seasoned with generations of majesties in every generation that never forgot how to kiss bloody lessons of life and make scrapes and bruises beautiful memories when she reminded me I am the deadly mixture of divinity, part masculinity, part femininity, all yours. From every ultrasound to sonogram that held you closer than organs that play your favorite song, played at the tempo of her heartbeat. Drop the needle. Delicate as first touches and clutches of her love, she showed me how dedication can change infant to triumphant titan in realms of gods that fancy words in every curve they emit. These women, my mamas, my aunties, my grandmama and them, and every cousins or in-laws in between. This may be a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without her clarity. Peace, y'all.
Come on, man. Come on. First of all, shout out to the dopest host in the universe, Elemental Monday Night Online Open Mic host. Thank you for blessing our space with your gifts. And that's new shit. That was just written a couple hours ago, guys. That's right off the flames and fire. No wonder why it's so damn hot. Please unmute yourselves and mention the bars because they were just so many.
Elemental.
Fire.
Incredible.
Man, he just kept coming. When you thought he was done, he wasn't. He just kept what?
Great job, dude. Great job.
Elemental, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for
Thank you
translating
so
for
much
all
for
of
that.
us men what
Thank
we
you,
all want to say to
Elemental.
the women that mean something in our life,
I
bro.
just kept wanting more. It was so good. Okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
from all of
We
us
needed
real
that.
motherfuckers
Hey,
out here that love women,
come through
you
Monday night,
did
man.
it,
Come
bro.
through Monday night with all the heat and all the fire. You know what we do, man. Paint slingers in the building. Inhumans. Shout out to Storm Gods. You know what it is. Storm Force season, baby. You know what it is. Come through. Appreciate y'all, man. All love.
Love you, brother.
Absolutely. Woo, my gosh. Just fire, just a whole storm. Just so much. As I always mention, please put yourself in the chat. Please go back to the chat. Please collect the love that is laid intentionally in the chat for you, right? Because nobody don't have to say nothing to you. I'm gonna say that again. Nobody don't have to say nothing to you. Okay? I'm sorry, you are important. You are worth it. Everywhere that you stand is a place that you are deserving of the space that it takes up. But don't nobody gotta say nothing to you. So if somebody steps out of themselves to speak to you, to lift you, to encourage you, to say something kind to you, you better make sure you are appreciative. Be thankful, be grateful. Folk don't got to do anything for you. It's a choice. Okay? So just keep that in mind, right? How many people made a choice today to gift you some encouragement? Because they didn't have to. So don't you dare leave it behind. Okay? Because it was put there for you intentionally. All right? And we are intentionally making space for you, MJ, because space made itself available. So, I mean, we're not gonna waste it. We're not gonna waste it. I mean, that would be rude. Okay, and Bill would want you to have it. I know Bill's heart. And Bill would want you to have this space. Okay. So I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna ask you to unmute yourself and welcome and thank you for choosing to share.
Okay. Can you hear me okay? Awesome. First and foremost, I want to say, Ray Jane, thank you so much. Ray Jane she's just her. Like the words, just I thank you for being you. Like a few others, I was in today's workshop with her, and it was just, yeah, it just brought out a lot of feelings. And it just really, she challenged us to really think about what it is to be a woman. And so some of this that you are about to hear, this paint, came from that. So that's where I'm gonna go. This is new shit. So let's see what this is like, okay? Thoughts of a woman. When you live in a world where catcalling is still a thing, like pocketbooks, women must carry chaos inside. Women are paid 83 cents for every dollar their male counterparts make for the same job. Like pocketbooks, women must carry chaos inside. When you somehow cleverly, creatively leverage that extra 17 cents your average ass male counterpart makes with the urge to be a team player, take credit for your ideas and work, because that's what team players do. Like pocketbooks, women must carry chaos inside. See, a woman, she's usually the nurturing backbone of the family, so don't you forget that. A woman, the parent who's usually not allowed to ever walk away from parenthood. I mean, When was the last time that you heard a man being brought up with child abandonment charges? Curious thing, huh? You don't hear that too often. Yeah. But yet you'll still hear she's not a good choice. Women, they're too emotional. She kids. Oh, don't hire her. She'll be late all the time. They always have childcare issues. Sounds familiar, I bet. Oh, who, me? Oh, I'm over here in this thing over here. I'm trying to get away from your expectations of me. I'm freeing myself of your expectations of white folks, black folks, close friends, even my own damn expectations. Learned behaviors no longer serving my best interests. Please take off the damn name. Thank you. I appreciate you. Whew, what a beast of a burden to carry such heavy cargo, you know? Decade after decade, underpaid, and yet to wit, it's a soul-sucking job with janky-ass benefits. And I'm at an age where I need some fucking coverage, okay, man? Yeah. It's an overtime costing my mental health and the ability to trailblaze. And I want to trailblaze because trailblazers, they create lanes that weren't there. And believe you me, like Miss Badu, I plan to pack light. Ooh, yeah. Because I'm a creative expressionist. And guess what? I don't fit in boxes or any title that you can make up for me. So I'm going to do a lot less talking and a lot more showing. And please dog ear this page, okay? Please prepare to see much more of me, visual art, music, and my poetry. Thank you.
MJ, that was tremendous. You broke the fucking screen with that. Look, the screen has not recovered, and neither have we. That was amazing. Please unmute yourselves and give MJ some love.
Slam
you close
dunking
out
on
the
him like
mic.
Michael
That's how you
Jordan,
close
bro.
it off.
That's that
Nice.
MJ.
Come
Just
on,
boom.
That's how you
The
close out the
power.
night.
Yeah.
Women must carry
Raise everybody
That's how
up.
you close it, MJ. Go.
Thank you, my good friend.
Go,
I
MJ.
appreciate you. For
What? Ran down on us with the facts. Like, okay, no, so this is what it really is. I know this is what you thought it was, but guess what? That is what it ain't. And by the way, I also need some dental coverage. While you at it, put it in the bag, and not the pocket, but the good bag, okay? Not the one with the chaos that I gotta carry around because you crazy. And that's the only way to navigate you. Fool. That was it. Okay, that was it. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad that we got to shift the time to give you space to share that. Because that was, as Holly is saying, everyone was phenomenal tonight, right? Beginning to end, all through the middle, everyone who showed up. Shout out to Aisha, to Kurt, to all the folks who joined us a little bit later in the show. Shout out to Poetek. Shout out to Unmatched, who's not in here, but he was in here and he did his thing representing from India. Shout out to RMT, who's always holding us down in the background, making sure that we have a safe space to do this magic. Right? Shout out to all you strummers, all you guitarists, all you medicine men called musicians. Thank you for sharing your vibrations with us, for moving this space in the way that only you can. It is such a pleasure and an honor to be amongst you, if nothing else, to tell other people who you are and to make safe space for you to be who you are and loved, to have somewhere to collect some love, for somebody to tell you in the week that you are worth it. You are worth it. You're worth it. I don't got nothing else to say. We're not going to count down today, because that's all I want you to know, is that you're worth it. That's it. And that's more than enough. Just like you. We're going to see you next week. Next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. The Thursday night online open mic. Catch us here. And if you ain't get enough and you need a theme for your life, catch us on Mondays too, right? Check out Elemental. We got so many hosts in this room who are hosting in different places, right? We got our open minds, open mic host Thomas. We got everybody in here. So many beautiful creators and leaders amongst you, and we're lifting you, we support you, we believe in you. If there's something new that you are doing, and I know I'm going on, but I feel compelled, so bear with me. If there's something new that you are doing that is frightening to you, take us with you with your fear. Take us with you. Right? Remember those nights where we're yelling and screaming and acting crazy and elementals all loud and making sure that you hear that you are the shit, because that's what you are, okay? And if anybody else tells you otherwise, they a lie, they a cheat, they a lie, they a cheat, because you are so deserving of this love. And I'm going on and on and on and on because you deserve it and you're fucking worth it. And forgive my French, but accept my French because it has its place as well. Okay? So I will allow you to unmute yourselves and love on each other. And Ryan, I'm going to give you the full keys to the kingdom on the end. You take us out when you want to, okay? Because you in charge. All right. Please unmute yourselves. We love you. See you next Thursday. Peace.
I love
Happy
you
Women's
all,
History
man.
Month.
Love y'all.
I
Thank you
love
guys
each
so
and
much.
every one of
Thank
you
you.
poets. We have
We
an amazing
are
community. Let's
family.
just keep holding each other because
Yeah.
this is
I
real
got
Hugs
my
for
talk.
all,
family with
man.
me.
Y'all are
Yes, right
so
here.
amazing tonight.
Hugs
We
from
For
across the
me.
are
world.
Make sure you're
Both
family.
plugging
arms.
in like
Don't
the
cheat
other
Global
hostess
nobody.
in the Zoom,
In
love
Virtual
the
for
Mary
all.
building
Make
Mm.
sure you
street
plug in
Y'all
with
crew.
Monday night for
Family,
all of the
man.
New
We
Eureka.
stay
are family.
Good.
real
Y'all
Hey
come
soon.
through
man,
Friday. Don't miss
Bye.
Ray
stay
James
plugged in,
Feature
man.
Friday.
Biggest community in the world, man.
Do
I
it
love it.
again.
I'll see you
See y'all Monday night,
tomorrow.
man.
Open
Bye,
bell.
Our
y'all.
Yeah.
family.
Bye, guys.
Right.
Bye.
Love y'all,
Bye.
man.
Thank you,
Stay
Ryan.
inspired.